I would wait until the fires of hell are frozen. I would sink into the bottom of the sea.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Chasin. My name is Chase Weston Lawrence. I'm a player for Fair Trade Yo-Yos. Today we are doing some element tutorials. From now on, the release day of these videos will be Tuesdays and Sundays, with Tuesdays being trick tutorials and Sundays being yo-yo reviews. I got about 25 yo-yos that I'm going to be reviewing over the next 25 weeks. And we're going to keep those going until basically I run out of yo-yos to review. Today we're going to be working on what I think are the three basic elements of fixed axle yo-yoing, which are stalls, tension tricks like UFO and sidewinder, and then we're also going to work on a couple regens as well as one small combo. So first we're going to go over three different stalls, forward stall, trapeze and his brother. Then we're going to go over into UFO and sidewinder, and I'm going to show both ways you can do that to either loosen or tighten your string. Then we're going to talk about regens. I'm going to give a short explanation as to why they work and how they work and what you can do with them. At the very end of that, I will go over the basic regen combo that uses a trapeze stall called Making the Zines. And yeah, that's what we got for you today. Hope you enjoy the video. Why don't you guys meet me over in the Delta chapter room. All right, welcome to the Delta chapter room, where I'm going to be filming most of these tutorials. What we're working on today is stalls. Stalls are an essential part of fixed axle yo-yoing, and they're very unique to fixed axle yo-yoing and zero-A yo-yoing in general, which is responsive yo-yoing, because it's something that's very difficult to do in 1A. In 1A, when you bring the yo-yo back to your hand, you have to perform a bind. With this, all you have to do is give it a tug, which means you can actually stall the yo-yo out on the string. What you're doing when you stall is stopping the yo-yo's upward momentum, bringing it over the finger and landing it on a portion of string. So the first thing we're going to do is learn forward stall. So you're going to throw forward underhand like this, and then give it a tug to bring it back up while pushing forward with your non-throw hand index. It'll go over that and land on the string, but you got to make sure to keep everything in a straight line or else you're going to miss. So throw down, push and pull, and land on the string like that. So now, once you get the hang of the stall, you can work on getting out of it. You're going to throw it back towards yourself and push down with your non-throw hand index like this, and that'll give it momentum coming out of the stall. Now, once you get the hang of that, the next thing that you're going to want to learn is the trapeze stall. This comes up in a lot of different tricks for fixed axle play, and it's probably one of the most important stalls that you'll learn, honestly. So what you're doing is a trapeze like you would with it spinning, except you're going to stall it onto the trapeze. So it's the same thing. You throw, you give it a tug as it's coming back up, you intersect with your non-throw hand index, land on the string. Just like that. And you get out of it the same way that you get out of the forward stall. So you land it, you toss to your left and push down with your non-throw hand index. Just like that. Now there's some tricks to getting the hang of stalls. You want to be light on the tug and kind of bring your hands together a little bit. That'll give you a smaller stall. If you don't, you're going to end up with a stall that's like way out here, and you want, depending on what you're doing, more string in the stall so that you have enough to give it momentum out. The last stall is trapeze and his brother, and that's the same as a trapeze and his brother mount. You're using the same fingers. So you're going to go stall into trapeze, and then you're going to go over your non-throw hand index, and you can hook it on. I usually just underhook with my non-throw hand index finger. So what I'm doing is, as it goes over, I just curl this in. So I go like this, curl it in, and then do a stall on the opposite side. Now you'll notice when you're doing a stall that the string that's connected to the yo-yo is going over the top. And that's what you want so that it stays straight when you're going out of the stall. So yeah, just a few little tips and tricks with stalls. Again, you can be gentle with it. Bring your hands together a little bit. That slack will give the yo-yo more to bite on. when it's coming in, so you make sure that it actually comes to you. And again, you want to keep everything straight. And then, so you just want to practice that a lot. It's going to be one of the most important things. You want it to be second nature to you. So again, you can go from stall to stall like this and just keep going back and forth until you get the hang of it and it feels like second nature to you. So that's okay. The next thing that we're going to be working on today is string tension. String, as you yo-yo, gets tighter and winds more on itself. What that means is the loop at the end of your string is going to get tighter and make your yo-yo more responsive, which you don't always want. And it's going to make doing things like kick flips, varios, and slap tricks harder because the string will wind up on itself. So what do you do to fix that? There's two different ways to fix that. The first is called a UFO, or a flying saucer, and the second is called sidewinder. The UFO is probably the easier of the two. I think the sidewinder looks cooler and it gives you a little more control over the tension. So this is what the UFO looks like. So the yo-yo is spinning on an axis like this, kind of like a UFO. So what you're doing is throwing down and to the left at a 45-degree angle. If you do that, it'll loosen the string. If you go to the right, it'll tighten the string. Once it's down and spinning like that, like a UFO, you pop your hand up and bring it a little closer, and the yo-yo will bite on the string and come back to your hand. So let's see, where's my string tension at? So right now it's still a little tight, so we'll do it one more time. Like that. So now my string tension should be about neutral. Yep. Just like that. And again, you can do that to the right or the left. The next one is called a sidewinder. A sidewinder has the yo-yo going up and down like this, but you're going to lift it slightly and move away. So what you're doing is that the yo-yo will start coming back to your hand, but because you're moving away from it and the string is going diagonal to the yo-yo, it'll whip around like a UFO. Again, to the right is tighter, to the left is looser. I'm going to just tighten it up first. So here's what you do. Like that, and then you catch it with your hand, palm facing down. So now the string, if you see, is tighter and it's starting to loop on itself. So now I'm going to loosen it. So you're going to lift up and move to the left. Like that. That one didn't get it quite well, but there we go. So that's a quick way to change your string tension, and you have a little more control because the further you keep your hand away from the yo-yo, the longer that the sidewinder is going to last. And that should put me back at neutral tension. So yeah, that is tensioning your string. The last thing I'm going to teach you today is going to be regenerations, or regens for short. They look like this. What a regen is adding momentum or regenerating the momentum that your yo-yo has by rethrowing it, but not by catching it. What's happening here is the yo-yo is coming up, missing your hand, and then you do a small circular motion, which is the rethrow. As you do that, it'll come back down and continue spinning. The first one I'm going to teach you is out of a reverse breakaway. So you throw the yo-yo down, you're going to pull up like that. As it comes up, you're going to want to miss your hand entirely. I turn my hand forward when I do a regen, and then do that small circular motion to send it back out, like this. Throw, pull, regen. You gotta make sure that everything stays lined up when you do this, or else the yo-yo will come off at a weird angle. And the reason we're doing a reverse breakaway is because you want to keep track of where the string is going over or under the yo-yo. When it's coming back up, it's winding this way, so the string is going over the yo-yo, past your hand, and then down as though you were throwing a breakaway stall. By having the string underneath your yo-yo during the regen, it'll keep it straight and keep it from flipping on itself. So keep practicing that until you get the hang of it. Just throw, regen, catch. Throw, regen, catch. You can't do a double regen with this one because when it comes up the second time, it's climbing the outside of the string, meaning the string is underneath the yo-yo, which would then flip it when you came around to regen again. Once you get the hang of that, you can work on a trick called making the zines. It's a combo, a very basic one, but a pretty fun one, and it gives you a second to think about what you're gonna do next. So here's what that looks like. You're gonna go into a trapeze stall, regen out of this by pushing it down like that, and you're gonna catch it with your thumb and your index finger. You're gonna use your thumb and index to pull back up to start coming back towards your hand, and then you're gonna do the regen that I just showed you. You can land back in a trapeze if you want to, or you can just catch it afterwards. That'll allow you to start doing different kinds of combos that'll make these tricks flow really nicely, like that. All right, well, I hope you guys found those videos useful. If you guys have any questions, as always, feel free to hit me up in the comments, or more likely I'll see it over on my Instagram page, which will be tagged at the end of this video. Have a great day, guys. Peace.